Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again for your July 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. And this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Scorpio, my lovely Lammy puffs. And I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Pui Moon Law, and I did decide to go ahead and do offer couple sessions. And they are going really well. So those are $75 per hour. I usually book the 1 hour session. I'm still doing private readings, so if you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me. I'd love to get you scheduled. Again, it's elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And you can also check out the About section on my YouTube channel to find out more about my schedule and how to make a payment and my pricing. So that's basically the update, and let's see what you guys get for July. Let's just roll out a spread here. Ooh, someone is falling in love. Falling, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. A little Elvis for you. First thing in your day. It's interesting because you and I think you and Aquarius, and you and maybe was it Taurus? I don't remember now, but it was one of the signs. Three of the signs have gotten this kind of spread, and this spread is the way the spread looks is basically all of the cards are positive, with the outcome being negative, which means you're dealing with fate. You're dealing with fated elements. And I feel like fate is taking a huge role in the month of July. For three of the signs, that's a lot of people for it to be like the same kind of pattern. I know everybody's kind of going away, and I know that everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And moving around in the month of July as per usual, because it's the summertime, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. But the thing about this spread is that everything is positive except for the end, except for the outcome. And the outcome is the Ten of Swords, which is interesting that I was singing that little tune by Elvis. And this is the Falling card, okay? So I feel like you're definitely going to be falling in love. Scorpio, you're going to be falling in love with someone. The thing is you might at the end of the month, things might not go according to plan, okay? Things might not be going in the way you want them to be, okay? You might be kind of terrified of getting hurt, because this is the Ten of Swords is being terrified of getting hurt, and if you're falling in love, you might get scared, okay, of how good it is, because there's so much positive stuff in your spread that, in a way, I always say when the outcome card is negative and everything else is positive, it almost doesn't even matter what that last card is. It just is a sign to me that things are fated to be a certain way. So if you're like, not ready for a romance or love, or, kind of romance is on the back burner, I would say hold on to your seat, because that's what's kind of coming for you, that's what's going on. It's just a very strong romantic vibe. There's a lot to do with family here as well. You got the Four of Wands as the foundation, which is the joy card, which is awesome, okay? But this also can represent happy family times, This is like family vacation, or this is like hanging out with the family, or really just enjoying time, spending time with your kids. And then in the immediate future, you have the Six of Cups, which is the do not worry card, but it talks about kids as well as animals, okay? So there's animals here, there's animals here. You may have a lot of animals. You may also have kids. You might have quite what I call the menagerie of pets and animals, and you might have like crazy amount of goldfish. Email me or message me if you have a crazy amount of goldfish or like one of those giant tanks. You have your own personal shark tank. Someone's got a stingray. Okay, if you've got a stingray, or one of those, they're like really tough. I was reading about them. Really tough pets, but some people have stingrays as pets, and I don't know why, but message me if you do, okay? Someone's got a hamster, and someone's got ferrets, of all things. I do really don't like ferrets, because they smell like really bad. So I'm just seeing a lot of animals, in the household, and kids running around, and it's quite hectic. Okay, that's all I'm really seeing is a lot of hecticness going on. But but this is all good stuff combined with the heartbeat of the reading, which is the Lover's card. It's a really strong card, okay? So it's sort of like everything's lit up. Love is really lit up. Love and family and joy and happiness. I mean, this is like all three together. It's overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive. Even if your life is sucking right now real bad, in July, I feel like it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. Okay, so we've got the joy, we've got the love, we've got the family there. Some of you are really focused on just paying the bills and taking care of the family, making sure everyone's fed, and other people are more like, I feel like there may be other dating, some of you may be dating, some of you are getting married, okay? Some of you are absolutely getting married, merging families. This is like a blended family. Though some of you are spending a lot of time outdoors with the pets, or with the animals that you have, or with the kids. There's just like a lot of outdoor playtime. This is a really fun time for you, Scorpio. Really fun time. July, to me, is just lit up full of fun and love, and you're not going to have to worry. Any kind of worry about money, let it go. You're really focused on money. You have the money card in the position of your attitude. And, that's one of the career cards. That's a cash card. That's the cash tree card, you may have your own personal money tree in the backyard. If you do, message me, okay? There are money trees out there that you can buy, actually. They're a specific type of tree. My advice is do not overwater them. They will wilt and turn yellow. They'll come back, but it'll take them a while. And don't put water around the base of the like right around the base of the tree, close to the roots. No bueno there. Okay. So anyways, I'm digressing. So yeah, some of you are focused on career, but also there's just a strong family vibe. You may be getting engaged, you may be getting married, you may be having a baby, welcoming a new baby in, because we got the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is pregnancy. So all these things may be kind of happening at the same time. I mean, your girlfriend might be pregnant, you may be getting engaged, and she may also have a family, or you may also have a family, so there may be, kids around, other kids around. This is a fun time, so, you have the Queen of Pentacles in the recent past. So Scorpio guys, I feel like this is pertaining to you. She may be pregnant, or this may be a Sagittarius. Could also be another Scorpio. I just thought about it. It could be I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but it could be another Scorpio. Because Scorpios are very sexy, and that she is very sensual. So, could be a Scorpio combination. Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer. Taurus. Those are the ones I usually see for her. It could be other signs though too. It just depends. But she has a lot of fire energy. She has a lot of earth elements. Um, and she's in the reason best. So you may be getting married to her, or you may have dated her. She may be somebody that she's in your life. She could be a sister. She could be a mom that's also around. That's a really positive influence on you right now. For those of you who are single, this says needing to get outside, needing to be outside, and I always think of this as the card that you need to switch from coffee to tea. Okay, because and it's also talking. You have the vegetarian card, or vegan card crossing you, okay? This talks about food and vegetables, and it's also, to me, this is you, okay? Because it's the Scorpio. I see this as being you. You're very sexual, you're very sensual. This is the card about harvest. I think there's definitely some fertility things going on because you've got the fertility card, because I see this as fertility. You've got the Queen of Pentacles who's pregnant, Those of you who do not, want children, or, it's not something that you're trying for right now, you need to be very cautious because July is that time. It's a very sexy time for you Scorpios, okay? And you have the Page of Pentacles crowning you, okay? And the Page of Pentacles is somebody who's very studious. She may be, a student, you may be a guy who's a student thinking about going back to school. She's very, she's into material security, okay? So there is something a little bit about being cautious about getting too material, or being very concerned about your material welfare. These are two different people. We got the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. So I think it could be the aspect of one person, that they're a little bit materialistic. Maybe it's your partner. She could be pregnant and she's materialistic, okay? For those of you single ladies, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is talking about abundance and wealth and being really in that place of abundance. And the Page of Pentacles is talking about the new. It's also the seed of potential. It's new, a new job, or it's a new opportunity of some kind. Again, we have a lot of fertility things. We've got the seed of potential. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the fertility card. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which can indicate pregnancy. And we have the Six of Cups, which is the children card. So it's, very, very clear to me in this reading that there's a lot of either action going on beneath the sheets or there's a lot of fertility things going on, or you're just in a very abundant, fertile place in life, where, you're reaping the benefits of either a great career, a lot of money, support and love from a family. You may be part of a very large family because there's a lot of people here in this reading. I don't even see the Page of Pentacles as being, in this reading, that much of a materialistic person because it's softened by all these other very positive cards. So I see it as like a new baby, getting pregnant. I see it as a new job or a new opportunity, like I said, less about materialism. But you got to guard against it, though, because she can go either way. If the beast inside her wakes up, okay, it's just one of those things where she's in danger of that becoming the most important thing to her, okay? So we have that. In the position of your emotions, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is needing to take the bull by the horns and, taking action. It's interesting that this is in the position of emotions. The free will card is all about, in a way, manifesting your dreams, okay? Making things a reality. Things are not set in stone. So it's important that you kind of, for you emotionally, you kind of take charge, I think. I think there are control issues for some of you. Some of you want things to happen a certain way, and maybe you're thinking that things are like predestined in the sense that um, that it's going to happen. So it's sort of like you may have the opinion that you're supposed, like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, or you're supposed to meet Mr. Right and whatever. And if you're meant to meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, then it's gonna happen. Well, in your case, you have several elements, you have several factors going on. One, there are certain things that are fated in your life to happen. Yes. Two, the other thing though is not, if you don't do anything about it, if you don't go out and try to get it, it's not going to just necessarily come to you. And I always say that, Mr. Right isn't going to show up on your couch. You have to go out and, go to happy hour, go take yourself out for a drink, or go out and sit with a book at a table somewhere in the middle of the park, whatever. It has to be where you're making an effort. You can't be, Scorpios have a tendency to be very passive and let things come to them, and you need to, in some cases, make it happen. I'm getting a strong tingle on this, so this is very important. You have the Ace of Swords, is what's coming in from the outside, and the Ace of Swords is the card about moving away from negativity, making a decision, moving on from fighting or negative people. This can also indicate a breakup, but I don't feel like that for you. I feel like it's more about using your sort of truth, which is your tongue, and speaking your truth, telling people what you really think, doing it in a positive way, though. You need to, I feel like you do have either some siblings that are causing you an issue, or there are some family squabbles. Okay, this is squabbles, okay, which you need to kind of work to, I guess the word that's coming to me is mitigate, okay. Some of you are going to be moving, because this is one of the cards about moving on, moving away from things that have caused you problems in the past. But all of this is leading up to the Ten of Swords, which is the card about feeling unloved and unsupported. So I always say to get the Lover's card in the reading with the Ten of Swords is very contradictory, because there's love there. There's a lot around you that's very, very positive in July. We've got people who love you. We've got pets who love you. We've got family who loves you. Maybe some people in your life, or maybe there's some aspects of your life that aren't good, that are more negative. But you got to remember that you may feel at the end of July not loved and not supported, or like you're again afraid of failure, or you're afraid. There's a lot of fear. There, I call it the Holy Terror card. You're just terrified of things maybe not going right, of not having a foundation. But I feel like you have a very solid foundation. I think it's paranoia and fear that's going to, it's almost like you're creating your own storm in the month of July. And so you have to be, one, you have to be more proactive. Two, you have to speak your truth, speak your mind, stand up for yourself. Three, and move on from any negative people. Move on from any, shut down any arguments, shut down any fighting situations. And four, realize and recognize and be grateful for all those people that are in your life that do want the best for you, that do support you, that do love you. This is one of those things, because of times that if you don't, it feels like you're going to lose out. You're going to lose out, and you're not going to appreciate what you have, and you have a lot, okay? Some of you may be suffering a little bit from depression or from some kind of, I don't know, they're showing me this person that I know in my mind who I used to say all the time, my gosh, you have so much, you're so lucky. You could do so much more with it. And they got used to get very offended when I said that, but it was more just like, gosh, you have a lot, you have pretty much what everybody wants. You have a home to call your own. You have, a partner who loves you. You have children. You have, a beautiful, beautiful property, a beautiful, beautiful car, beautiful, have an amazing career. I mean, you have it all, and they were still depressed. They were depressed. There was there's some element that was missing, and it may have been for them, caused by depression, and also that they couldn't see and they couldn't appreciate what they had, because they had so much. And sometimes, when we have so much, we don't appreciate it. I want you to write down and start either a gratitude journal where you're saying you're grateful every day for specific things, or you sit down and you think about all the things you have and what you're grateful for. And maybe you write those things down. You don't have to do it in a journal form. You just have to sit down and think about what it is that you have. Write all the stuff that you have out and all those things that you're grateful for. And then say a little prayer and say, Archangel Michael, I'm really grateful for, my friends, my family, that have a roof over my head, my car, whatever it is, my computer. I always add my computer in there because my computer is my livelihood. But, it can be anything really that you have. And I feel like you're in a really strong place of abundance, financially, love, relationships. If some of you are looking for love, this is a very strong time for you. I feel like if you don't meet Mr. or Mrs. Right in the month of July, it's because it's fated not to be where you're in a relationship at this time, okay? And it's fated to be where you're terrified of getting hurt, and you can't be in that place of being terrified of getting hurt and move forward in a relationship at the same time. That fear blocks you, okay? So you have to find a way to overcome your fear. You have to find a way to be grateful for what you do have, okay? And know that you do have a lot, and a lot of things that a lot of people don't have. This is so positive that it's hard to imagine you having much more. It's like you're. It's like if you had like an abundance cup, it would be all the way full. It would be overflowing with abundance. And abundance isn't necessarily things. It's not necessarily the house, the 3-car garage, the sports car. It's not all that. Abundance is more the things you value, things of real value, friendship, love, romance, loving partner, kids, all that stuff. It's more important. Your health. I think your health is also on the list of things that you need to be working on. And people, freak out when I talk about that, but it's more just, there's things that everybody can do to be healthier, whether that's taking some supplements or whether vitamins or whether it's, going for a run every day. Changing your diet. I feel like some of you need to see a nutritionist. Some of you need to just work on, spending more time outside and getting into the sun more. I'm not really sure how this Ace of Swords is connecting with the rest of the reading. It feels very much like it feels like a positive thing, but at the same time, it can indicate some issues, some challenge. The only challenge I feel like that you have, well, there's two. The only challenge I feel like you're going to have in July is this either family squabbles. Like, it's almost like there's too many people. It almost, it reminds me of that movie Sneakers. Okay, it's a really old movie with Robert Redford. And they basically are trying to retrace where he was. He was basically abducted, and he was thrown into the back of a car, and then they had to retrace the location of where they took him or who got him through what he could remember. And he remembered a cocktail party, and the cocktail party was actually a whole bunch of birds, okay, squabbling away. And this is like, the birds squabbling away. So it's like a bunch of people that, and I feel like several women, it could be several women, it could be like your partner and her sister, or it could be your sister and your mom, or it could be, even brothers too. I mean, it's not just like girls, I mean, it could be two brothers not getting along, or three brothers not getting along. There's sibling rivalry issues with the family, where there's just people in your life that are arguing, and it's petty and it's dumb, and you need to speak up for yourself and say, hey, this is not this is not who I am anymore. This is not what I want to be. This is not kind of conversation I want to have. So I move on from it. But I think that's all. That's pretty much it. I'm going to pull just one last little card here. You got the Magician. And the Magician is, usually it's a Capricorn male. Doesn't have to be, though. I feel like you guys have gotten this before. The Magician is also getting a lot done. This is one of the Mr. Right cards, though. So it's sort of like, I think of it as all paths really lead to him, okay? But the Magician in the tarot, the traditional tarot, is having all the elements kind of laid out before you, having the ability to do things that other people can't do. So this is someone who's able to magically get things done, magically make things happen. It's really powerful that you got the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, because that is, to me, that's like magic. That's, you manifesting something, and, through basically your determination to make it happen and your ability to make it happen, it does happen. So if it is Mr. Right that you're looking for, and you are looking for love, you need to really manifest him, okay? What he's like, what he does for a living, what he looks like, and write down all those positive things. If some of you are going, well, I've done that, I do that every day, da-da-da, well, you need to go out 5 times a week or look up the Craigslist personals, or, join a dating site and put yourself out there and see if, you'll get any hits that way, okay? But, and don't be the person that's been like, well, I've done that, and where is he, It's, again, you have fate here happening, so fate makes things happen a certain way, and it doesn't mean it's not like, again, sometimes we want things to happen in our own time frame, but that's not the divine time frame. That's not how they see things. So we need to be more patient. We have this Seven of Pentacles, which is needing patience. It's waiting also. It's the waiting card. So maybe you're waiting on all of this stuff to happen. Maybe you want children, you want Mr. Right, you want to get married, you want to have kids, you want, all this abundance. Maybe this is all, everything that you're waiting on. Message me if you are, but I think that if you're waiting on it, it still feels to me that you need to there are still some action steps that you need to take. So you can't just sit back and wait the entire time. Like the entire month of July, you can't just wait. You have to go out. You have to see if Mr. Right is out there every day, basically, and keep your eyes peeled. and make eye contact, you know? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, well, this was a little bit shorter video than everybody else. So actually, no, just about the same, I guess. I feel shorter, but I don't know why. Time flies by when you're having fun, doesn't it, Scorpio? So, feel free to message me. Feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading. Again, the email is elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I wish you guys all the best. I send you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.